Okay, so it's a hot one today. Oh, I see my face. Maybe I got burned. I just stopped here. I went into, I got a package ready. I got 3 packages ready to send to Amazon today. So I got into the post office. I feel really good about doing some work today. I also got some other things done that I wanted to get done, updated some things online, and got quite a bit done. So I'm feeling pretty good about at least having some of my work done and having some things on their way to Amazon that were almost out or that were out. And I stopped here. I went to Tiberius and I sent my packages, and I had a falafel, and I called my twin 3 times, and I offered to come and visit him, and he said no. I should really I'm learning to follow my intuitions better. It's if he wants to invite me, have him invite me. But if I not invite myself, I figure that's just, I'm not going to do that anymore. I don't feel like it. But anyway, so on my way back, either I'm going to go home or I'm going to go to the beach. So on my way back, I decided they did over here not too long ago. They did at Magdala. I'm at Magdala. I'm sitting in the ancient city of Magdala in my car right now. So right over there is the hotel right behind me. It says Magdala. Oh, yeah, let me get it over there so you can see it. So that is the modern day hotel. It's sitting right on the Sea of Galilee, and they have ancient ruins in the site of the hotel itself. So you go through the hotel and out the side, and you can get, I did a little movie about Magdala before I even got on this twin flame journey. I went there and I did a little movie with my sister about it. So it's like, if you search my feed, you could probably find it. And they did right across the street. They were doing, or I'll show you. Can't undo it. But right over there, they did some archaeological. They did archaeological digs, not too. And so I decided to stop here and run across and take a look. I've been there before, but they finished their archaeological digs and they piled a big thing of dirt up. And I figure that maybe there's like some, maybe I could find some coins or something in the dirt. So I went and I looked around. What I did find is this. This is pretty cool. See, it's a pottery. It's a base of a pot. So this would have been a base of a pot. And I figure I'm going to use it like this. I'm going to use it as a burner for my the charcoal and my frankincense. I think it's a really cool thing to have, and it was just tossed aside. There's so much pottery. This whole area is just full of pottery. So there's antiquities on that side of the road over there, and then there's antiquities on this side of the road. This whole area right here was all ancient Magdala. So there's a part that's dug out down there by the water, and then there's a part that's in the hotel, and now there's a part over here across the way. But this whole area here was the city of ancient Magdala. So when you actually, the road, the modern road, goes right through the city, the ancient city. And I feel a real connection to here, especially since I've gotten on this, since I met my twin. I kind of have memories from here, which I know sounds like off the wall, but it's like, it is off the wall. It's just unbelievable. It's like, I feel like when I think about that, I'm just overwhelmed with like, who am I? Like, it's just me. Who am I to have these memories? And I feel like it's such an honor. I feel like somehow I've been chosen in this. And then I think, well, who else? And I've always felt like there's some kind of greater mission for me, or a greater thing that I've come to accomplish here. And I feel like I more and more know this in myself. I also picked up a couple of stones here. I figure, I think I'll make like maybe I'll spread the joy a little bit, because there's just piles of stones here from the ancient city, and I really do believe that stone and glass and all ancient things hold an energy and a vibration to them, and these things have been here for 2,000 years. You know, this city fell. It was a tragedy what happened here to all of the people that lived in Magdala during the Great Revolt in 67. After the account, there was the big revolt, the big Jewish revolt, where all of the Jewish people gathered together and rose up against the Romans, and they thought that the Messiah was going to come and was going to save them. This was a little while after Jesus, and Jerusalem, the temple the temple was falling, and the Roman Empire had taken over. And maybe you would check the details on the history, but what the gist of it is that all of the Jews from Galilee, because the Romans were set in Tiberias, that was their city. And they had Roman, they had modern technology, which the Jews then didn't have. They had like little fishing boats, and they had like ships. It's the only known battle that happened on the Sea of Galilee. So all of the Jews from all around Bethsaida, all around the Sea of Galilee, came and gathered in ancient Magdala. And from here there was a battle against the Romans. They all came together, and the people of Magdala didn't especially want this to come out of their home, because they didn't want the backlash of it. And what ended up happening is that the Romans conquered. What Josephus wrote was that the shoreline was red with blood from the Jewish people that fought, that rose up against. They were just slaughtered, and then the people of Magdala were taken, and they were marched to Tiberias along this cliff ledge. So it's a precarious walk. Back then there wouldn't have been the road here. It would have been, part of it would have been almost like walking through brush and wilderness and bluffs, and marched into Tiberias, and then they were all brought into the center of town and slaughtered. Men, women, and children. And it was set as an example. So this city had a tragic end to it, and also being the home of Mary Magdalene, which I feel a very strong connection to, almost as if I have memories through her perspective, or as something in the same energy that she brought, it also flows through me somehow. The same consciousness, connected to the same energy field, and all of this has only come up in the last year. It's a lot to intake. It's a lot to realize. It's a lot, and coming out and saying it is one of the most difficult things for me to do, because I come from a very logic, my father's a historian, and very, very, everything is by the book. All of this mystical stuff is kind of, I don't know, even to my surroundings, it's kind of, we were always very, what you can prove, and very scientific. Even though I come from an artist family, but these things, these kinds of things, mystical worlds and reincarnation, and all of these things are very far, far, far fetched from how I was raised and how I grew up. So it's gotten to a point where my belief in it is so strong that it's undeniable. when you know something so strong, it has such a strong knowing that it's undeniable. There really isn't purpose, or I actually feel like I'm disgracing if I don't bring it forth and tell it like I see it. I feel like that is part of my purpose and mission, part of what the purpose of me is. You know, if I've been wondering, okay, what did I come here to do? What is it all about? You know, we wonder this as humans our whole lives. What is this all about? And all of a sudden I'm realizing that I'm part of something so much bigger than me. And by denying it, I'm denying me, and I'm denying my existence, and I'm denying God, and I'm denying, you know, so it doesn't matter. At some point, it doesn't matter what anybody thinks. You know, what matters is the mission, or what I've come here to bring. And a lot of times I feel like I have this inner knowing, and the only question that I really have is, how do I bring this in a way that it can be accepted by the world? Or how do I bring this in a way that does it justice? You know, that is it. It has to come in a way that I'm able to explain it, that it doesn't just, you know, because if I'm labeled crazy, then all of the message that I have to bring is labeled crazy too. So in order for my message to get out, I have to do it like in such a way that you know is easy for people to grasp and understand without you know, coming off as quacky, or, you know, because when somebody is labeled quacky, then that's it. Everything they have to say is just that. And so if I want to do justice to the message that I have to bring, then I have to do justice to it, and I have to bring it in such a way that also I'm represented in good light, because I'm the messenger. Like, you can't, you know, the messenger has to do justice to the message. And I feel like the message is what's important. You can label me however, it doesn't matter. Like, to me, my ego is, it doesn't, you know, it doesn't how people think of me doesn't define me, because I know who I am. I know what I am. I'm very strong in who I am. The thing is that I want to present myself in such a way that does justice to the message that I bring. So in order for the message to get out, the messenger has to be believable. What is the word? Like a stand up, you know, somebody that you would trust, or that you can understand their message. Today I watched, I don't remember her name, I'm sorry. Maybe I'll put a link to it in this. I'm getting a little bit better at making promises and putting them there. Like putting a link to this lady that I was listening to today that had a near-death experience. And I started crying when she was talking, because what she was saying are the same things I've been saying. She's in different words. And it's just like a lot of us on this journey, people that are writing to me, and new friends, and are bringing the exact same message. People that are writing in the comments, it's the exact same message. It's just in their interpretation of it. Or because when we get these downloads of these messages and these understandings, they come in a way of just being a knowing. And each person brings it as a different interpretation. and brings it in different words, or brings it in a different way, or sees different aspects of her, is able to explain it in different words. And that's why everybody has a gift to bring, because some people connect to how I say it, and some people connect to how somebody else says it. And when I first started my journey, my spiritual awakening, I started with Dr. Wayne Dyer, and I think he's excellent. He's an excellent teacher, and he's what really is excellent about him is that he speaks to the masses. He's very he's very proper and primp and educated through the matrix, so he can speak to the masses and touch. And for some people, Wayne Dyer is the best teacher, and for some people, Abraham Hicks. When I first started listening to Abraham Hicks, and I love her, and I love her how she does it. Esther Hicks. And I connect to how she brings her message forth. And she just puts it all out there. She talks about herself in the third person because she says it's channeling through her. And at first, when I first started listening to her, it was a little bit difficult for me to grasp that idea. And I was like, I couldn't listen to her. I have a call coming in. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and end this here. So thank you for watching, and I'll continue on a different, I think I got the gist of it.